Hello and welcome to another FX Centrum daily market analysis. For today, I will go through our cross asset list. So I will cover a coffee market, WTI, US 100, US 30, USD Japanese yen, pound dollar, euro dollar, dollar index, Bitcoin, gold market, and aluminium. Of course, I will use our FX Centrum platform for the charting, and we will begin with the coffee market. So what we can see here is that there was a rejection yesterday, rejection of this previous day high. So 205.30 seems like a strong short-term resistance. And as alerted yesterday, there was a increase in volatility. You can see the Bollinger Bands are expanding. The slow line and stochastic is sloping to the downside. So we have a short-term downside environment. The fast line there was just basically literally had a correction towards the slow line. And there was a rate of change flip to the downside. So there is a chance from my perspective for the coffee market to retest 193.78, which is the previous swing low on the daily time frame. In case of the bigger drop, there will be a chance for even a retest of 182 mark. So pay attention to the coffee market. There is a downside environment. As you can see here, we had also the bearish breakout. So there was a breakout with a lower Bollinger Band on the hourly time frame, which is a good intraday confirmation for the further downside movement. WTI, so we can see the consolidation is still in progress. So resistance is set at 80 mark, and support, I will say this pin bar low at 77 mark, let's say. Now, in terms of stochastic oscillator, there was a slow and fast line around the 20 level. And now the fast line is above the slow line, and slow line is sloping slightly to the upside. Rate of change is basically just around the 1.5 mark. And from my perspective, I would like to see breakout of this consolidation, either resistance or support, in order to confirm the bigger directional move. From my perspective, the breakout of, let's say, 80 mark, 80.40 can be a good sign for the rally towards 81.30 or 81.55, which is the previous swing low area. But the breakdown to the downside of the 77 mark can be a good sign for the further drop towards the 72 mark. Now, in terms of the environment in the last 20 days, we have the lower highs and lower lows, so the downside environment is present. But again, in the last 6 to 7 days, we have a consolidation. So still, from my perspective, there should be some catalyst in the future that will cause eventually the breakout of this consolidation. As you can see here on our platform, you can see here calendar on the top left corner, and you can filter basically this. You can see high impact events. As you can see here, we have a producer price index, excluding food and energy, year on year in the US. So this is a high impact event that can cause volatility on different markets. And then after that, we have Fed Chair Powell speech. So this can be actually quite a volatile day during events and after the events. So pay attention to the volatility as well and those economic events. Now on the US 100 market is basically in consolidation the last couple of days. You can see that slow line is sloping to the upside, but is really trading around the 90 mark. So it's really in this area. I'll say with, I won't say overbought area, but is in the upper limit. And we have the fast line as well, just around that slow line. We can see that rate of change is pretty flat in the last couple of days. And this is quite a big resistance. So you can see here, pretty big cluster around 18,300. 18,400, 480. So this whole area is like a strong resistance cluster. So far on the hourly time frame, we still didn't have a breakdown. So there was one attempt at this point, but we immediately had an absorption of that supply. The market traded higher, but still now it's contracting again. So if the market can break, say 18,140, 18,100 mark and trade and hold below, there will be a chance of a potential downside movement towards at least middle Bollinger Band at 17,800 mark, which is also a previous swing high area on the daily time frame. So from my perspective, this downside is still likely to happen as long as the market is trading below this key resistance cluster and below the also 18,475. As long as the market is trading below this and we don't have a clean breakout of this area and hold above, there is a still more chance for a higher chance for the downside movement and downside rotation next period. US30 is pretty similar, so we have actually a bear divergence on the rate of change. We have a fresh bear cross on the stochastic oscillator. We had a quite a rejection of the upper Bollinger Band yesterday, so from my perspective there can be a chance for retest of the middle Bollinger Band around, I'll say 38,700, 38,800 mark. So bear divergence rate of change, fresh bear cross and stochastic oscillator, and we have previous swing highs at this point around 40,000 mark. That's like a major swing high, but so far we can see the reaction from sellers, and here we had this test. The market broke actually to the downside, and very this is what I like to see. So market broke to the downside and then just a sideways. This is actually very good for a downside continuation move. So I do like this potential for the downside intraday, probably towards the 39,100 mark or so. So this is a potential change in behavior from the bull environment to the bear environment. You can see here how the market, there was an attempt for the buying first. There was a big sell-off, so market traded very fast from the upper Bollinger to the lower Bollinger. Now is holding around this middle Bollinger Band. So US30 seems like poised for the downside movement. On the USDN, the market is progressing pretty well. So this was a trading idea that we posted last week. We posted around 153.50 mark or so, and the first objective was around, you can see here, 156 mark. And so far it's progressing well, so you can see the days only like building higher. We have even now the fast and slow line sloping to the upside, but that was a very strong rejection of the lower Bollinger Band. You can see in the hourly time frame, everything started from this area. Once we changed this behavior at this point, and then market was just holding, you can see how well the lower Bollinger Band is holding at this point. So we didn't have any break and hold below. So this is just a strong sign of strength. And you can also see here that stochastic fast and slow line is trading just above the 60 level. So that's a very good sign for that the buyers are in control and that they're dominating at this point. So the next upside objective is set, I will say, on the upper Bollinger Band area around 158, 157.90 is the next upside objective on the USD Japanese yen. So this will be a secondary objective. Pound dollar is basically in consolidation, and we can see here that this market is contracting. You can see Bollinger Bands are contracting at this point. Resistance is set at 1.2 at 630 mark, which is a pin bar high, and the pin bar low around 1.2445. Now the fast and slow line are sloping to the downside. Rate of change is pretty much flat, so I would like to see the breakout of this contraction in order, like say, to see some bigger directional movement. So the breakout of 1.2445 can be a good sign for the retest of 1.2300. From another side, if market can break 1.2630 and hold above, there will be a chance for the retest of this 1.2700 mark. And we have a euro dollar, so we can see consolidation similar to the pound dollar. 1.0812 key resistance, pin bar high, supported 1.0725. Fast and slow line are sloping to the upside. So I would like to see the breakout of this consolidation in order to confirm a bigger directional move. The upside breakout of the resistance can be a good sign for a retest of 1.0870 mark. From another side, the downside breakout of the support can be a good sign for the drop towards 1.0650, 1.0600 mark. And now our dollar index. So dollar index is still in the testing phase. So there was a rejection of the lower Bollinger Band. Market traded towards the middle Bollinger Band. And now market is just doing the consolidation around. So I see the potential for the further still upside movement. The confirmation, we still don't have that confirmation, but if market can clear 105.69 and hold above, there will be a chance to, from my perspective, will be a chance for a retest of the upper Bollinger Band 106.38 or previous swing high around 106.49. Only if market can break lower Bollinger Band and the pin bar low at 104.48 and hold below, we can see the potential bigger downside movement. But so far, still upside is more likely from my perspective. And now we have a Bitcoin. So there was a 10 from buyers. So market traded from 60,600 mark towards 63,200. And then we had a consolidation with a flat line. And then there is a down break right now at this point. And that's a very good confirmation. Daily is pretty much still flat around the middle Bollinger Band, 62,500 mark. But still, based on the previous 20-30 days, we have a series of the lower highs and lower lows. We have a short-term downside environment, and I can see still a retest, potential retest of 57,000 mark, and then if we can break that, even retest of 53,000 mark. That's still on the table, but we need to see. Now we have another confirmation. So there was a chance at this point the market to like have the bear flag and then re-break, but market did first like upside break, probably to take the side stops of the sellers at this point, and now is breaking, so re-breaking to the downside. So I think we have a good chance to go towards 59,000 again, and then potentially 53,000 mark. On the gold market, so market is pretty much contracting. You can see pretty very tight distance between the upper and lower Bollinger Band. You can see something similar we had here, and then we had a strong directional move. So I do expect something similar in terms of in terms of the movement. Now the support is set at 2,280. The market can break this support. There will be a chance for a downside movement even towards 2155. And what we can see here is that we have quite a big spread between the fast and slow line. We are decreasing since this area, but I see potential for the retest of this support at 2279 and the lower Bollinger Band. So pay attention to that, and you can see in the hourly time frame we had this downside breakout, and market had maybe some exhaustion here, more bull divergence, and now rotation back. So I see potential for the downside continuation gold market. And aluminum is trading pretty flat, so we can see support at 2,513. Gold and fast line are sloping to the downside on stochastic oscillator, so we have a consolidation pretty much in the last 10 days or so. Resistance is set at 2,585. So I would like to see the breakout of this consolidation in order to confirm bigger directional move. The breakout to 2,500 mark can be a good sign for the drop even towards the 2,300 mark. On the other side, if market can break 2,585, there will be a chance for retest of 2,650 mark. So that will be all for this FX Centrum daily market analysis. Of course, if you didn't visit our website, you can do that. So fxcentrum.com. You can explore our 100% deposit bonus. So this is a big boost for your account. And FXCTV, this is like your page where you can explore our analysis, different trading ideas, at least one short-term trading idea per week. You can see different tutorials as well. Then you can just open an account in literally a couple of minutes. It will take you like a couple of minutes to open a live account. You can also try our demo account, $10,000, and you'll be able to use our FX Centrum platform. And of course, you can get access to our webinar, FX Centrum webinar, so you can see all the benefits that you will have once you join. There's a plenty of things, so my suggestion is to watch and unlock this webinar so you can understand much better all benefits that you will receive. So that will be all for this FX Central daily market analysis. Have a good trading day and speak to you soon.